Happy New Year. We are so glad that you're here joining us tonight. We are excited about our guest, and we're also excited about another surprise guest that's actually going to join us and share as well. First of all, I would like to welcome and talk to you about my co-host and co-creator of the Internet Citadel show. Brian, my friend and business partner, has over 23 years in software engineering. He is the creator of Tweet Performance. I don't know if any of you have taken a look at it. I'm going to tell you to look at his link down there. He is a Twitter enthusiast. He is also working on a program that I keep pushing him on, Vital Business Toolkit. He is just a phenomenal man, a phenomenal friend, a great father and husband. And Brian, Happy New Year. I would like to welcome you back in the new year to our show.
Wow, thank you for that incredible introduction. I don't know how to top that one. I wasn't prepared for that glowing intro. Thank you very much, Kathy. And Happy New Year to you and everyone who's on the show as well. We're going to jump right into this because we have a fantastic guest on tonight, as many of you know. First off, though, I'd like to give you a quick little background about Kathy. She is also a very, very dear friend of mine. My business partner. I cannot imagine having a different business partner. This past week, I went through some issues. I was ill, I was away, and I had no internet. There were a lot of things going on, and she kept this thing steered straight. Without her, this show would not be going on tonight. So thank you so much, Kathy, for all of your help and support in getting this together. Kathy,
my pleasure.
Her background includes a wide array of things, but things of note. She was an operations manager and sales manager for over 25 years in a Fortune 500 company. That's a lot of experience. She's got just a vast experience in network marketing since the mid-'80s, and also, probably most notable, is her affiliate marketing experience, which she started later, back in the mid-'90s or early '90s. That is one thing where I affectionately call her the affiliate marketing queen, because Kathy can sell ice cubes to an Eskimo. I mean, this woman can. She's incredible at sales, both face-to-face and online. She's got incredible vision, great creativity, and, well, without further ado, let's get back to the show. Kathy, thank you so much once again for everything you've done to get this ready. I'll send it right back to you.
Oh, you bet. Thank you for that great introduction, Brian. What I'd like to do right now, and I'm going to have to do a little bit of cheating here and read, but I'm going to not even give out all of the wonderful things that I would love to share about our guest, or our first guest. And I want to tell you a little bit about him. He has 25 years of large and small-scale computer IT administration, which is totally out of the realm for me. So he can tell you that I have to run some things by him because it doesn't make any sense to me. The other thing is that he's in project management and network support, starting with NASA and the George C. Marshall Space Flight Center, and he's worked with companies like the Gap, Banana Republic, 99 Cents, and many, many more. He is also the president of Emerald Bay Investments. And JW has co-founded 2 network marketing companies and the Commercial Real Estate Distressed Assets Association. And I got to tell you, my friend, that is a mouthful. I would no longer want to take the stage here. I want to introduce you folks to JW Najarian. I am so glad to have you on tonight, JW.
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you very much, and Happy New Year to everybody. I came on tonight mainly not for me, because though I really love your show and love talking to you guys. I've been on the show before and really enjoyed it. I wanted to come on and introduce your main guest tonight. Your main guest has become a friend just recently. He was introduced to me by somebody else you had on your show, Gary Goldstein. Gary Goldstein, for those of you who don't know who he is the producer of movies like Pretty Woman, Mothman Prophecies, Under Siege 1 and 2. And one of the things that Kathy didn't mention is that I also do Twitter marketing for some clients of mine, mainly speakers, gurus, and some celebrities. and one of my clients is Gary Goldstein. And Gary called me up and asked me if I could do Facebook. And I said, no, we need to I don't know anything about Facebook. And Brian, I know you know this. We're both really bad at Facebook, just to say it out straight. So he said, well, we need to find somebody. He said, well, let's find some good young kid that knows what he's doing and utilize him. And so he calls me back a couple weeks later and he says, I found this young kid. But he's exceptional. He doesn't know Facebook, but he's making money at Facebook. Now this can be tough to do. You gotta know what you're doing. This guy's been making money at Facebook for a while. When I met him, he was 17 years old and already had been making a lot of money on Facebook. And he's been also working for gurus and celebrities, people like Mark Victor Hansen. He's working with them. He's working with Gary, of course. And Gary sings his praises all the time. He works with people like Alex Mandossian. And if you don't know who Alex Mandossian is, you need to get out of your closet, because these are people that are monsters on the web. Also, Matt Morris, Crystal Dwyer, and many others. So he's an exceptional teenager. Everybody talks about their teenagers wanting to play video games all day long and waste time. And I've just recently met some incredible teens that run around Africa filming documentaries. Other teens that have started businesses and are entrepreneurs at 18, 19. And Austin is definitely in that realm. He's an exceptional youth with huge entrepreneurial skills. And he doesn't just talk about it, he walks the walk. And so I wanted to take this time to introduce to you a phenomenal guy. I hate to use that word again, but he is phenomenal, exceptional. He's a person that can take your Facebook to a brand new level, and he can take it to the new level by getting you what you really need. And we with all the best marketing that you can put together, if you don't have the people, then the whole thing is moot, right? So anyway, Austin is the guy who can get you people, and he can get you targeted people that you can place your stuff in front of. Anyway, with no further ado, let me introduce a good friend, an incredible human being, Austin Walsh.
JW Najarian, thank you so much for that humble introduction. Brian, Kathy, thank you so much for having me on the show. And I'd love to say Happy New Year's to everyone. I hope you guys have a great 2010. I know I'm going to make it just about double as good as I did 2009. Let's really rock it. And no further ado, let's get on with the show.
All right. Well, Austin, thank you so much. JW, excellent introduction. I appreciate you doing that. You know what, Austin, I would like to know a little bit about your background and what you're all about. Can you share kind of where you've come from and what it is that you're all about?
Well, Kathy, I was born and raised on the south side of Chicago, still here today. I'm 18 years old. I started doing my first entrepreneurial business when I was 12. I did DJing, actually, for graduation parties and birthday parties. Started making a little bit of side cash there. I did that all the way until I was about 15, 16, and then I was having these very big parties in my basement that my parents were getting a little upset about. And what it eventually turned into was a very huge birthday party at a nightclub in Chicago, right? And so we had this huge party, almost about 700 people, and we didn't charge $1 for it. And we did all the advertising through Facebook. So I turned it in a month later. We did a New Year's party, had 1,000 people at $20 a head, and made some cash on the deal. I learned how to use Facebook to make me a lot of money without even using advertising costs like the radio and the boards and just all these paper flyers. I just didn't do it. We did all the advertising through Facebook. So from there on, I grew into a company that I could teach entrepreneurs how to use Facebook, and business owners and these guys that are selling books, and all this, anything that on Facebook I could teach you how to sell and how to use, right? So we grew into that, and I started speaking, and my dad is actual Bill Walsh, the founder of Power Team International. So I actually had a few opportunities to speak at some of these events. And my first opportunity, I walked in the door and he goes, "Hey, Austin." I go, "Yes, Dad." He goes, "You're speaking in 5 minutes." I go, "Dad, I've never spoke before." He goes, "Well, you can speak. You can do it just fine." So I spoke up there, and we developed a monthly program, and now we're just absolutely rocking on Facebook. We're growing these fan pages to over 5,000 people in a month, right? and growing and growing and continue to grow. So that's just a little bit of background information on me, and that's it.
Wow, and that's it. That's quite a bit, and pretty phenomenal. Starting out when you were 12 years old. Oh my gosh, I think when I was 12, I was playing with Barbie and Ken dolls. That is just absolutely amazing.
When you guys started the introduction, you were 25 years experience and 32 years. I'm like, man, I'm not even there yet.
Well, and see, and that's how I'm looking at the fact that you were doing what you were doing at 12 years old. That's absolutely phenomenal. And that's why I am in particular, and I know a lot of the people that are on right now, as well as JW and Brian, are excited about what it is that you have to share. Because I, too, am in the same boat with Brian and JW. It just is kind of a mystery. Twitter's a whole different thing, but Facebook, for some reason, just is, I don't know, it just seems like a mystery to all of us. So the one thing I'd kind of like to ask you is, how would you define social media and Facebook?
I would define social media or Facebook as pretty much a big party, right? And the way to define a big party is you don't want to go to the party just trying to sell everybody. You want to go to the party, trying to give away free stuff so people start to like you. It's like if you go to a bar, which I have not been to, I'm only 18, but I've heard if you go to a bar and you buy people, and if you buy some drinks for people, then they're probably going to like you. But if you're going there trying to get drinks, people, buy me drinks, everybody will push you away, right? And social media is the same type of way, and that's how I treat social media. You go and provide value for these people, and they give you a lot of value back.
Okay, that makes sense.
Simple and to the point. Well, just for
Brian,
everyone out there.
what do you want to ask him about that part of it?
What's that?
I said, what do you want to ask him about that part of it, the party, the whole party thing?
Well, I was actually going to put everybody at ease because, JW and I have a little complex of Facebook. We both have software engineering backgrounds. We're like these geeks from days gone by, We've been in the software industry for quite a while, both JW and I, and we both understand and get Twitter. We get it. It's easy, it's simple, it's straightforward. We go to Facebook, and we both feel like kids with a rattle in their little crib. Don't know where to go, what to click, what button to press, what toy to play with. It's unbelievably confusing, and to have a gentleman like Austin come on our show to show us the ropes to help get us started down the right path, not really just using every element of Facebook, but how to market using social media. It's very, very exciting, and I can't tell you how much we've been looking forward to this show. This has been in the works for several weeks now, dating back to last year, of course, and I just want to say, Austin, it's a great pleasure to have you on, and JW, thank you once again for connecting us. On
Brian,
Facebook.
It is an absolute honor to be on your show, just to say that, and I mean, just to add on to your social media thing, I mean, when you think about social media as a whole, as these Facebook and these Twitter, it's like you spend thousands and thousands of dollars to advertise when you have 375 million unique users on Facebook and Twitter. It's like, and people aren't doing it, and it costs nothing other than probably 15 to 20 minutes a day at most. I mean, I know Gary Goldstein does it in 5 minutes flat. But it amazes me that people don't use it when you have all these clients just sitting there waiting for you to come.
Yeah. Well, let's go back. Let's start with something real basic with Facebook. And I have this question too. I keep clicking around and I click and then I get it and then I go away from Facebook for a while. I come back to Facebook and I don't get it again. If you could succinctly explain the difference between a wall, a personal page, a fan page, and an event, then that would get us headed off in the right direction. So let's start with a wall.
Let's start off with why don't we go through the personal page and the fan page first? Because I think that's a big question a lot of these people have, right? So a personal page, the big difference between this and a fan page is the personal page, you're limited to 5,000 people only, right? And actually you have to request every single one of those 5 people or be requested to. I mean, they have to actually add you. The big difference between a fan page and a personal page is personal page is limited to 5,000, where a fan page you can have millions and millions of people. So my advice is start a personal page at a very small level and get about 500 friends there. Then actually create a fan page for yourself and brand yourself, because a fan page, when you think about it, a personal page, eventually you're going to hit that 5,000 mark, no matter if it's 1 year, if it's 2 years, if it's 3 years. Eventually you're going to hit it. So why create yourself a roadblock in the future when you can just have a fan page and have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,000 people and no roadblock at all? That's the two differences between a fan page and a personal page that I just really like to stress to everybody. The other nice thing about a fan page, you can send out a message to every single one of your fans, and other than that, it's the exact same thing as a personal page. The wall is where all these comments go. Think of it like this: it's like the discussion board on a blog or the forum page. It's where I can post you a comment saying, "Hey Brian, what's up? Happy birthday!" Or "Hey Brian, would you like to make a business call? Or would you like to go out to eat for dinner?" It's really just like the social part of it where you can connect with other people. You can just type right in there and put your information down, right? Then what was your last question? An event page?
It was an event page, yeah.
The event page, here's what I absolutely love about Facebook, is the event pages. The event page is the place where you can put all the information on for your next event, or for your next party, or for your next seminar, or for whatever you're doing. If you're launching a book, if you're having a radio show like this, like we did an event page for this radio show. We sent out to 9,000 people, had about 300 confirmed. I mean, that's absolutely wonderful, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
What'd you say?
I said absolutely. I watched the numbers clicking live. It was phenomenal.
It's amazing power too, because it's sent out right away and it's completely free. So you send this event page out to all these people, and you have all the information on the event. You can post pictures on the event. You can post videos. You can put links on there. This is really good for affiliate programs, right? You can create an event for your affiliate program, put all the information on there, put your affiliate link on there, and send it out to every single one of your friends and even your friends' friends.
Now,
right?
real
and
quick,
it's very easy to do. If you want to create an event, all you're gonna have to do is, if you see in the right-hand corner of your Facebook page, or your personal page, or your fan page, there's a search box. All you have to type in there is event, and it's really easy to create an event from there.
Oh, search box, how simple. But one question I had for you is does it matter? Does it matter if you define the event from your personal page or your fan page? Is there any difference?
See, here's the main difference. You describe it from your personal page or your fan page. There's only one difference. If you put it from your personal page, you can actually message all the members. If you do it from your fan page, you can only send out an update. And the main difference between that is the update and the personal messages. The personal message goes through the inbox, and the update goes to the update inbox, which is a separate inbox. But other than that, there is no difference whatsoever. I personally recommend creating it from your personal page and then posting it onto your fan page.
So let me ask you this. Would you suggest that if you have a business, that you have a separate Facebook account for your business and then a separate account personally?
No, not at all. I would say here's the one thing that I suggest when it comes to these businesses, right? Especially if they're MLMs or they're small-time businesses that are startup companies. I would say do not waste the time with it. I would say create a fan page for yourself and yourself only, and then link it to link the business from the website to the fan page. So have your fan page for yourself. So you'll have your Brian Kelly fan page, then link your business onto your fan page. You don't want to waste all these time, and it sounds horrible. I mean, trust me, this does happen though. So you don't want to waste all this time and effort into creating a fan page for a business, driving 1,000 traffic, and the next day your business shuts down. It wouldn't be worth it, right? And hopefully that never happens.
Good point.
If it does, it's a very bad time waster. And with the economy that we're in, the so-called economy that's made up, or that's so terrible, but I absolutely love it. And these businesses are failing, and it is the truth, right? And so if you have one of these startup companies, I would not advise creating a fan page for it. Now, if you're into if you have Best Buy if you own Best Buy or Walmart, then yeah, create a fan page for it. But other than that, I would just keep it to yourself. Brand yourself. That's the most important part of your business, is branding yourself.
Excellent. Okay. So with that and talking about connecting business or personal, how can you monitor what people say about you? I mean, if someone puts something and you don't like it, can you delete it, or can you get rid of people if you don't like what they're putting, or is there provisions for that?
Yes. There's 3 different ways you can actually delete the post. You can make it so that person is still your friend, but can never ever post on your wall again, or post anything that has to do with you ever again. Or you can just block the person permanently, so he will never see you on Facebook again, or she will never see you on Facebook again. And all that when that post is actually on there, there's a little section to the right of it where you can where there's like a blue button. You can click that, and you can actually say delete post, or block person, or hide information from person, right? So if you want to keep a person as a friend, you just think they're personally annoying and you don't want posting them anymore, you can do that, yes.
If they're annoying. Okay.
It is true because
JW, I know you've got to have some questions.
Oh, actually, I don't have any questions, but I was lucky enough to be able to, Austin talks about speaking in front of a couple people. His father with Power Team International, Bill Walsh, speaks in front of hundreds and hundreds of people. And I know that Austin has had the opportunity through these meetings to have to walk up on stage with hundreds and hundreds of people there. And I got to see him in Los Angeles have to follow Les Brown. And if you know who Les Brown is, he's an incredible speaker, Les Brown and his son. He had to follow them and, be interesting after Les Brown. And that's tough. And he got up there and he blew the crowd away. And he put up on the screen, if I remember this correctly, Austin, you put up on the screen how to do events. You were showing people at the talk you gave how to do an event. You have all kinds of little secrets that you put out, and I was just in awe because I can barely get my find my fan page half the time. So, but he showed how to put an event together, and how. And this is one of the things I hate about Facebook, and he can talk about this a little more. Whenever you go to invite people, it gives you a box with about 10 people in it or something like that, and you got to go click them. Then you go say next, and you click 10 more people or 8 more people, whatever the number is. And if you have thousands, if you're lucky enough to have thousands of people like Austin can get you, it becomes one heck of a job. And Austin showed the whole crowd how to do it in about 2 seconds. And so I was just, the whole time I was sitting there, I couldn't write notes fast enough. And I'm just glad I know him so I don't have to go back and try to figure out my notes. So anyway, maybe he can explain a little more about that.
Well, here's how that all worked, right? I was doing these events, these parties in Chicago with these DJs and these bands, and I was putting events up probably 1 to 2 a day, or actually 1 to 2 a week, right? So we were doing about 5 events a month, and I was inviting to about 8,000 people in the Chicagoland area. So if you ever create an event on Facebook, the real pain in the butt part is you got to click every single person. So I was click 9,000 times there, once or twice a week, right? So I actually teamed up with a New York promoter that does a lot of stuff there, and we created a JavaScript code that actually does it all for you. So all you have to really do is you hit the Invite Friends tab. If you post that, and then you hit the Invite Friends tab, you post the JavaScript code into your address bar where you put the www.facebook or .yahoo.com. You hit enter, and it does it all for you. And if anybody is absolutely interested in this code or puts events, please feel free to add me on Facebook, and if you just if you Google my name, you can find me #1 on Facebook, and I will give you a code absolutely free.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Yeah, we'll take that.
I'm interested. I'm on your list.
Are you raising your hand?
I'm raising both hands.
Brian's like, I need it.
Yeah.
Well,
it's an absolutely amazing power because if you're really putting up these events, it'll save you, hours and hours of time. So I probably had to sit there for an hour and a half clicking 9,000 different names, and it just wasn't that fun, right? So to save that time, and it all comes back to how valuable is your time? How important is it?
Let me ask you.
That brings talking about clicking to me. How about inviting friends to join your page or your wall? That's another thing that seems to take a lot of clicking time. Is there a better way to do that?
The wonderful thing about that is the JavaScript code actually works for that too.
Now, I got a question on that.
Wow.
I got a question on that.
So it'll work for your inviting your groups pages,
Okay, me too. I want it too.
Yeah, I got a question on that. I had my mic.
Wow.
My mic was muted all that time. I didn't know I was. Yeah, I want it.
Okay.
I just went today and manually, just to try it, added approximately 100 friends, and Facebook automatically on the web page came up and warned me and said, "You're doing too much. If you keep this up, we're going to suspend or terminate your account." Does this JavaScript code have any limitations as far as that's concerned?
Well, see, the thing about Facebook is the personal page Facebook wants to be for personal use only.
Okay.
So I actually found this out the hard way, and here's a tip to you also. I was inviting about 80 friends a day on my first Facebook account because I really wanted to grow the numbers very quickly. So I grew it up to about 2,000 people and actually got kicked off Facebook. After working 2,000, so 80 people a day, you can do the math. It took me a few months to do.
Yeah.
And they kicked me off just flat. They sent me one warning, and I was like, yeah, whatever, don't worry about it. It's only Facebook. They're not going to do anything. Well, it didn't work like that. They literally kicked you off, and you couldn't get it back. So you had to start all over. My tip to that is only do 75 a day. And 75 a day, that's 24 hours. So you can't wake up at 6 in the morning, do 75, and then go to bed and do 75, right? So it won't work like that.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do 6 in the morning one day, then 6 in the morning the next day, and do 75. If you're going to do a personal page.
Okay.
Like I said, with the script code, for fan pages has no limitation. Facebook wants you to go. They want you to make those absolutely huge. So they don't mind with that. You can suggest thousands upon thousands of people a day.
Wow.
Wow.
That's interesting that it's somehow able
You have to
to.
be very careful with that, adding people to your personal page, because they're very strict on it. I've known a lot of people that have actually lost their Facebook accounts after somebody I knew had 4,000 friends and lost their accounts. They were just trying to grow up to 5,000.
But just to clarify, with the
Yeah.
JavaScript,
Well, let me ask you
not an
this:
issue.
is it easy
Did
for
it again.
somebody to pretend to be somebody else or a business, or is that not an issue and nothing to be worried about?
You mean like somebody trying to elaborate a little?
You know, like-
somebody trying to
Well,
fake?
you know, like like fake, like put in and make it like it's you and it's not, you know,
Well,
and
here's the one thing. So if I were to go and make a Brian Kelly Facebook account, and he already had a Facebook account, Facebook would probably flag that pretty quickly, and that one of the two accounts would get deleted. Right. But
so that's not something to really be concerned about.
What'd you say?
So that's
Well,
not
no,
something to
no,
really
yeah,
be concerned about.
I would not be concerned about that at all. If somebody makes it, especially if you notice it, you can flag it right away, and they'll delete that right away, and they'll ban that email address, and they'll take proactive measures.
Well, you know, another thing that, and I don't know, Brian or JW, if this happens with you, but I get things like people will send me cups of coffee or farm animals and, like trinkets and tokens and stuff, and I don't know where they came from. Am I supposed to return them or find them? What's that all about?
No. What you want to do is actually just hit ignore. Just completely ignore it. Forget about it. And if you hit that a few times, they'll stop coming to you. That's actually a game called Farmville. It's very popular on Facebook. I never got into it, but it's a very popular game that a lot of people play while they're at work. They'll play in their job. They'll play Farmville and they'll grow their farm. I'm not a big fan of it, and I kind of think it's a waste of time. It is a waste of time. But just hit ignore. And if you get a lot of them, there's actually an application called Grease Monkey, which you get from Mozilla Firefox. They'll do it automatically for you.
Oh, okay. So since you're talking about an application through Firefox in that way, is there something that you can share with us that would be a good business tip by using some type of widget or something with Facebook?
So you have to be very careful with that because you can get kicked off for that also. Grease Monkey is one of the
For using widgets?
For using widgets, it has to be JavaScript coding. So you have to check what the coding is, because Facebook is JavaScript coding friendly, and that's it. Right. So I actually don't use anything. I just use that Grease Monkey, and there's a few different cool tools you can mess around with in there, such as mass accepting friend requests or mass ignoring event pages, because I don't know, if some of these people that have more friends, like I have about 3,000 friends on there, I'm not sure the exact count, but I get about 30 event page invites a week, right? And so it's very easy for me to just hit ignore and just forget about it. And I scroll through them every once in a while, but it just, once again, it all comes back to how important is your time, and mine's very important, so I like to delete those very quickly. And Grease Monkey is one thing that I use. It's a Mozilla Firefox one, like I said, and it gets rid of them very quickly. But other than that, that's the only application that I use, and it's just not worth getting your Facebook kicked off, right?
Hey, Austin, is there a way? I'm in commercial real estate, so and I get a lot. I have I have a few fans, and I get quite a lot of garbage. And whenever I see somebody that you have said, hey, I recommend you hook up with Bob or Sally, it's you, so I say yes. But most people I say no to, and I don't take the pokes and the peeks and the beers, and I get an exceptional number of event requests. Is there any way to search through those for the ones you want, as opposed to going through masses of the ones you want to go ignore? Can you actually search on the ones that you'd like to see?
No, JW, the only way to do that is really just stay on top of your Facebook. You got to log on once a day, and I know you don't do that.
That's true.
Busted.
JW, you're one of those guys that logs on about once every week or every 2 weeks. I can tell. I check your status updates. I know. I'm on top of my game. And so you're gonna compile a lot of those event invitations if you don't log on every day. Do it from your phone.
I come on when they hit 100, 200, then I figure I better go do something.
Exactly. So if you do it every once or 2 days, you won't have to worry about that. But no, there is no way to search quickly through it, right?
Right.
Goodness.
Austin, I do Twitter. You're talking to 3 Twitter people here. My accounts have 20,000 plus, and I know that Brian's has 50,000 plus, and so same with Kathy. We're very Twitter literate, and we help. I help clients. I'm not sure about those guys. I think they do help clients grow. And you and I have talked about helping businesses and people who want to, like start books or move their products or get into affiliate programs, build their followers on Twitter, and then adding to that Facebook. I mean, that's a really powerful combination, I believe. You've obviously made a lot of money using the events. When you get people, I know what you do is you do something where you get people on their fan page, you guarantee them a number, about 5,000. Can you tell me how long it takes you to do that? And do you get people, when you do that, are these people, or these fans, are they targeted customers?
Excellent question.
Do you want my record, or do you want the average?
The average, yeah, sure. I mean, because we know that you're gonna end up with Betty Boop in there somewhere.
The record that I hit 5,000 was less than 24 hours. I did 5,000.
Oh my goodness!
And
you can do that and not get kicked off?
On a fan page, yeah, they want that.
Okay.
I just started a fan page for something else, just a little fun experiment that I did, and I hit 2,000. I didn't even invite anybody. I hit 2,000 just because it was a cool little topic.
Wow.
And then it's all about, and the big thing is it's who is it? A guy like Mark Victor Hansen's going to have 5,000 in a very short amount of time.
Right.
Where
sure.
Joe off the street that starts some startup company and hasn't been to any of these events, he's not going to have as many people, right? So it's all about, who's been around the block longer, right? Who's the big kid on the block? But at the same time, yes, these people are targeted. It usually goes down to description. So if you're looking for golfers, we can get golfers. If you're looking for entrepreneurs, we can get entrepreneurs. If you're looking for dental, we can get dental. But here's the thing: you want to keep it at a very wide base, because if you're going into dental, it's going to be a lot harder to get those people, and we're not going to guarantee the same number. If you're looking for entrepreneurs, we'll guarantee you a high number. But if you're looking for something like chiropractors on the south side of Chicago or chiropractors in Southern California, we're not going to be able to get 5,000 of those, right?
Makes sense.
So they are targeted, and the guarantee that I always say is, it's something that my father actually taught me was under promise and over deliver. Right, so we always do that, and we always say, I'll get you about 750, and when they get 5,000, they're much happier with me. And that's usually on the first month, and then from there it grows about 1,000 a month or more.
Very good. Let me ask you about groups. I have several groups, and I found them to be worthless so far. Am I overlooking something?
They are worthless. They're a waste of time.
Good to know.
We could talk about it, and I could talk about the few things that I found that's really cool for. But it's a waste of time, to be honest. And guys, don't waste your time with the group. Create a fan page. It's easier. It's easier to manage, and you'll actually get something out of it, right? And for anybody out there that's actually, here's another useful tool. Anybody out there that's trying to sell a book or try to sell an event, there's a thing that I've discovered. It's called fanpagegenerator.com. What they do actually is they'll create a custom page for your fan page, and you can actually put a little tab in there that says buy the book now or buy this now. It provides a ton of value. And it's like if you can actually take a landing page from your website, then transfer it over to your Facebook site. It's really cool technology. It's brand new to the marketplace. Like I said, fanpagegenerator.com. It's just absolutely amazing. It's a one-of-a-kind technology. It's brand new to market. I'm excited about it, and I don't get excited about much.
Kathy,
cool.
Kathy, I don't know about you, but I just got goosebumps when you started talking about that. And I think,
I did too. I'm thinking, you know what? He just dropped a gold nugget in our lap.
Oh my goodness,
right?
that was a bomb. That was awesome.
The fan page generator, it really is a cool technology, because just think of having a fan page, or having your fan page as an actual website that you can drive traffic to, that you can put videos up, and it really, really, really looks legit. It's absolutely amazing technology, and you guys, everyone needs to check this out.
And how beautiful is that for all the people out there that don't know how to build their own web page? I mean, like you're saying, it's all built for you. It's professional. You can upload videos.
It's really not even that. It's very affordable right now, because they're actually in pre-launch, so they're very affordable right now.
Perfect.
So this is this a good way to put a because most of us want landing pages, but most of us don't know how to put a landing page together. So this is like the cheap man's way to put a landing page together with all the wonderful resources of Facebook added.
Yeah, I mean, they really do. See, what it actually does is it's a lead generating system, or it's a video generating system, or it can actually be a selling system, or you can have all three, right? So it'll actually generate leads off Facebook. And here's the one problem with Facebook. You can get all these people on a fan page, but it's very hard to get their email addresses and where they're from in a very quick term notice, right? You have to actually go through it and look through their email. But this actually collects their email addresses, collects their phone numbers, or collects whatever you're looking for, their names, and it's affordable, right? So it's something that you almost have to do if you're very serious about making money on Facebook.
My
Very good.
goodness.
Well, you know what? Yeah, we really appreciate that. And that kind of brought to mind, actually all four of us have had sleep issues. We were sleep deprived for different reasons over the past few days. And I'm thinking, oh, great, now we have something else that we're going to just be pouring into and looking at. And that also brings to mind kind of a funny thing for me. On Christmas morning when I was opening up one of my gifts, I opened the box and it was a new pair of pajamas. And the first thing that my husband said was, "Oh, look, honey, you have a new work outfit." So I guess I'm going to be sitting in my jammies all day and working on this new software that you've shared with us and start putting my Facebook page together, my fan page together.
You know, and the other wonderful thing about this company is when you call their customer service, it's not, "Hello, I'm from India." They actually answer. It's American. They're from the East Coast. They're like, "Hi, how are you doing today? What can I help you with?" They're not, "Hey, the Taco Bell, you guys want?" They're very cool, right? I mean, they're very straight to the point and help you out with exactly what you need. If you actually want to see a custom page, what it looks like, search for "Richest Kids in America" by Mark Victor Hansen. It'll show up as a fan page, and you can actually check it out. Or Cash in the
Richest
Flash.
Kids in America?
Richest Kids in America, yes. You can search
We
it on
just
the
had
Facebook
somebody
page.
ask a... Go ahead.
Right in that upper right-hand corner, like the search box, you can search in there, it'll show right up for you.
Oh, great. Okay. We have somebody on here that's asking a question. They're asking similar to what I was asking about getting rid of the Farmville apps and people posting animals on their Facebook wall. And again, you were saying that there is a provision in there that you can delete it or hit "Do Not Bug Me" or something.
Yeah, here's the one thing. If people continue to post that kind of stuff on your wall, just delete them. I don't care if they're your best friend. They're not worth your time. They're one of those people that walk into the room and the light dims. You don't want them around your life anymore. If they're going to be playing Farmville, they're not worth your time, guys. Not your business time anyway.
That's good advice. I also saw in there, I thought, that in addition to ignore, I think there's a way you can actually block the app from hitting you in the future. Isn't there something like that on the off to
you
the
can.
side?
The Farmville app especially is just a total pain, right? So if you block it, it has a way of coming back. It's really who's sending it to you, block that. That person is specifically choosing to send it to you. It's not the actual application. The person chooses to send it to you. It's not the application.
Okay, I gotcha. So ignore is the way to go.
Ignore is the way to go.
You know, the other thing that I wanted to ask, and I don't know if anybody else has encountered this, but not that I have a real popular name, but I did have to add CA for California after my Kathy Stover because other people had the same name. So what do you suggest that you use? We're talking about business, and even in that case, sometimes business names are not available. How would you handle that, and what would you say to that?
Here's the one thing that I say. It's kind of like survival of the fittest. Gary Goldstein actually just enrolled a membership site. I just created a membership site called TribeHollywood.biz. Check it out. But the problem that we had with it, or his major concern was, Austin. There's another fan page called Tribe Hollywood. And I'm like, Gary, here's how this works. We're going to put more members in there. We're going to have more fans. So we're going to show up first. So, Kathy, here's my answer to your question. Put a little bit of work into it, then beat all the other Kathy Stovers out. And if you beat them, Facebook generates your name by the amount of numbers that you have and the amount of friends that you have.
So it's almost like Google, where the more you do, the more you have, the higher you rank. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Didn't know that. Okay. That's some good stuff. You know, the other thing.
It's highly competitive with the fan pages. So if you have the same name or even the same type of industry for fan page, whoever has the most is the one who's going to win.
Okay, well, I hope nobody with my name is listening because I'm going to start blowing it out here.
Well, Austin, when you say the most, are you saying the most participation or the most fans?
No, the most fans. Participation doesn't matter.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Since I only go on once a month.
Well, that's a great.
Also, something else, Austin. You know, I want to tell some of the people. There's probably plenty of people on this call that are very interested in learning for themselves what to do. But I work with a lot of businessmen who really want to. I mean, the way I see it, social media and social marketing is like the cell phone used to be, or the what is it, the stove. I mean, it's like, you know, only a few people start out having it or utilizing it, and the next thing you know, it becomes something that, you know, like the fax machine that everybody has to have after a while, right? It's not going away. It's going to only get bigger and bigger and bigger, and much more. Everybody's going to have to be involved one way or another. So I'm sure there's people on this call also that don't want to learn, don't have the time to learn. They're busy doing their business, but they need help. And I understand from working with you that you're putting together a company to do that. Is that going to be ready pretty soon?
That company actually is. The website is not ready. The company actually is ready. We are incorporated. You can reach me via Facebook or whatever information you guys gave them, and we can actually talk about that. We do provide services that will actually grow your stuff for you and teach you how to do it just so you can do it, right? But other than that, if you don't want to learn too much, if you don't want to know too much, we'll do it for you so you are in the game. I mean, social media is very much like the internet when it first started. Nobody really believed in it. Nobody really think they could make a lot of money off it. Until a few people started making a ton of money off it, then everybody wanted in. And you know, there's only a certain amount of time to get in on this, and then you're going to miss out, right? As simple as that. The people that are doing it now, the people that are doing it right, are going to be the ones that have the bank hold, right?
Absolutely. In the 80s, somebody came to me and said, hey, you want to buy one of these, you want to put some money into one of these cell phone towers? And I said, what, a cell phone? Nobody's going to get into that. Oops.
You know, and now the biggest thing right now is actually .mobi. If you guys haven't bought your .mobi addresses yet, start buying them up because that's where it's going, guys. It's going to .mobi. It's not .com anymore. Everybody's searching from their mobile phones nowadays. It's the iPhone. It's the Q. It's the BlackBerry. That's where. I am
so glad you brought that up, Austin, because I think we've been having a lot of meetings with the professionals that want to get into social marketing, and mobile is the number one issue right now. And that's telling us that everybody's interested, and that's which way it's going. And so to start now and start learning what's going on is really important. And you're going to be helping people with that also?
Yes, it's also something that we help. I mean, my biggest thing is keeping in touch with technology and what's going on. I mean, I know, you know, just for a quick little thing, actually, Facebook is going to have its own PayPal service where you will be able to store your own money on your Facebook account in just a few short months. But most people don't know that because they don't keep in touch with that. They don't pay attention to it. So it is something that I do. I mean, I'm on top of this stuff so I can make you money and so we can make money together. And that's very important to me, right? Success.
Well, I have I'm sorry, I have a question from one of our viewers, and they're saying, how do you group personal versus personal business associates on your wall?
How do you group personal versus personal?
They're saying, how do you group personal versus personal/business associates on your wall?
So you keep your personal/business associates on your fan page wall, right? You do not want them posting on your personal wall just because it is your personal wall. I mean, in the beginning, you're not going to have a choice because you're going to have to grow that personal page a little bit, and there's going to be those people that are going to post business things on your wall. But after a few months of being in the game, you need to actually switch everything over to your fan page and leave the personal stuff to the personal page and leave the business stuff on the fan page. That's what it's there for.
I have a question for you. I have one of the clients right now, in fact, Austin, who has he's a very well-known celebrity, and he has a problem with he's had to have multiple pages before fan pages really started becoming popular. He ends up with like 3 personal pages because they get filled up very quickly. And now they're very confused about, okay, now we can go to the fan page. What do we do with these old pages that are full? the old
Just have you
original.
contact me and we'll talk about that. That's the way to do that is actually there's a way that you can transfer those people to the new fan pages, right? It's a little more advanced than simple JavaScript code, but there is a way that you can do that.
Very good. Thank you.
If anybody's interested in that, feel free to contact me. It is a little bit more advanced. We can go through it definitely. Because that is one of the problems that people have. I mean, they get these personal pages. These people that have been on Facebook for a long time, they hit 5,000 and they're like, all right, well, what do we do now? And they have a fan page and they have these 5,000 people sitting there, but they don't know how to put them over, right? So if any of you have that problem, feel free to contact me. We'll also talk about that too.
I've got a general
And
question.
they can contact you how?
Just
Awesome.
contact me on Facebook. Facebook is the best way to reach me.
Yeah, everybody who's listening,
And then
just click on his photo to the left or to the right side of the web page that you're looking at, and that will take you straight to his Facebook page. Add him as a friend and contact him that way.
yeah, you can also, if that doesn't work for you, you can search me on Google. I do come up number 1. So.
All right. I got a more general question. Kathy, myself, JW, we all know how to bring in a good, large following on Twitter, a targeted following, similar to what you're doing with Facebook. We have no clue how to do that on Facebook. We haven't got. I know what everybody, at least I'm itching to find out exactly how can someone acquire your services or purchase your software, whatever you offer, to do the same thing that we do on Twitter that you do on Facebook. You have to first get a large following in Facebook for that JavaScript to then be of any use, because you have to have people on your fan page. You have to have fans before you have a script that's going to go through your fans. Otherwise, we'll have 5 or 6 fans. We can do that manually, no problem. So, what would be the best?
And the way that you do that is we use a triangular. My company actually uses a triangular system, so we link you with other people, and then it's like a file sharing system, right? So you actually grow quicker. But like anything, you have to have something to bring to the table. So you at least have to have at least 500 to 1,000 personal friends before you can even start doing that. But once you get to that number, it's very easy to grow, right? If you have 500 or 1,000 personal friends, you can add them to your fan page, and even if you only get 100, from there you give away a free offer like a CD or an ebook or a downloadable digital file, and you say if you suggest 100 friends or if you suggest 100 people, then we'll give you the free CD. So 100 times 100, if you have that success rate, how many people do you just invite? And there's just strategies and ways of doing it, right?
Well, one of our viewers is saying that they're at 4,300 right now, and they're probably going to hit 5,000 by February. So they're saying, should I start my fan page before they hit the max?
You should have started your fan page about 5 months ago.
Ruh-roh.
So in other words, now, right?
Yes, I mean, I'd start making it now. It's very important to have that fan page up and ready to go before you even hit that. I mean, I would create your fan page. When I have a client that comes in who's never been on Facebook before, has never touched anything, I'd say, all right, create your personal page, and after that, we're going to go through and create your fan page. Because it's important to have both up at the exact same time, right? And it's important to have, before you get to that 4,300 mark or that 5,000 mark, when you hit that huge slump, you need to have that ready. Because you don't want to hit that 4,300 mark. You don't want to hit that 5,000 mark. It looks good, but it can also cause a lot of problems.
So would you recommend that this individual start a brand new one, a personal one?
No. I just drive them off to the fan page. Mark Peter Hansen actually, so I took over his Facebook account a few months ago. This is a true story, right? I was logging out of his account the first time. Nobody really touched it for a while, but it really wouldn't matter. He had 8,000 friend requests. And the problem is because he didn't have a fan page up. He didn't have a fan page up 6 months ago. He lost those 8,000 people because there's nothing you can do with them. So what we actually did was delete all of his friends. So he transferred over to the fan page, delete his friends, accept 5,000 more, then transfer those over to a fan page, delete all those, and accept the other 3,000. That's a pain. You don't want to.
So you can transfer them. So then you can transfer.
You can. It is a little bit more advanced, and it's not exactly easy to do, but I have those services capable. Yes. Yeah,
that's something that you would help us with to take care of it, so we didn't have to mess with it.
Yeah,
Perfect.
exactly.
Okay.
Something that I offer.
And so for people looking for that actual help, where do they go? Do they go to AustinWalsh360.com or contact you through?
You can go to AustinWalsh360, or you can feel free just to contact me, and I will get in touch with you, or my office will get in touch with you.
Okay.
AustinWalsh360 still has a few niches that we're working out. We just transferred that page over. It used to be just a straight HTML landing page, and now it's actually all Flash, because it seems like that's where a lot of the cool stuff is going, and I like staying in touch with the cool stuff, just because I still am 18. JW, I still like to play video games, just for the record. Call of Duty's great.
I'm hooking it up, baby. I'm hooking it up.
But so the best way to actually get in contact with me is just contact me through my Facebook page, and we can talk some stuff.
Okay. Fantastic.
Personal or fan page, I don't mind.
And, this show is being recorded, and it will be available after the end of this. So for those that are watching the recorded version, you'll probably see a completed AustinWalsh360.com. If you click on that banner at the very bottom, beneath the GVO, but beneath the tweet performance, if you click on that banner just beneath that, you'll be taken straight to AustinWalsh360.com. If you're watching right now, you can go there now. It will open in a separate window, and you can take a look at that. But it has some music background. You may not want to do it just yet because it might interfere with the show. But it will always be available.
I mean, check it out because it does have some great information. I mean, like I said, it's not completely finished yet, but there is some really cool tools on there that you can use and some really good information on how to post your event page and and why use this, why use that. And if you're not convinced, that page will convince you, if I haven't already.
Well, I'll tell you what, I like going into that site. I was playing with it the other day, just clicking from one thing to the next because it makes this cool little sound. I don't know what it is, but it just makes it, I love it. I was like going, bing, 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 going back and forth. It's a beautiful site. And you're right, it's got a lot of flash, and I like it, like that flash.
You know the thing that I really like about it is flash pages before took a very long time to load up and were very slow. And I finally found one that, I mean, it's lightning fast. You click it, it's loaded. It's nice. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. And we have got another comment or a question from one of our viewers, and they're saying, do you recommend connecting your Twitter updates to your Facebook page?
Excellent question.
If you don't have the time to do separate ones, then yes, I do. Because once again, like I said before, it takes time, and your time is very valuable. So yes, you can do that.
That's actually the only thing I figured out how to do. That's the only thing I have done.
You should receive the same results, so I would not worry about that. The only thing is if you're trying to provide a more in-depth message, Twitter limits you to 140 characters.
Right.
Where Facebook you can write paragraphs on top of paragraphs. So.
One of the things I like to do is use my WordPress feeding into my Twitter, which feeds into Facebook, so that everybody's updated on my blog posts, and then can click on the link and go straight to whether the post is large or small, they can see the whole thing.
Right.
JW, do you do that with an RSS feed, or do you use a widget to do that?
I actually use, I've done both. I've played with both. And right now I'm using RSS feed, which I like better. But you can set it up in Facebook to pull your Twitter in, and I'm using that for Facebook, and then I'm using a feed service for my Twitter.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Makes sense.
And this same viewer is saying here that so it's important to make sure that your tweets are business related, ? Or personal tweets a bad idea.
You could the other way around.
Here's the thing, guys. When you're on Facebook and you're on Twitter, it's really about, business related and personal related can be very close, because the thing that you want to do is, like I said, when we talked about earlier, I don't know if you guys were here, Facebook and Twitter are like a party. You have to provide value for these people to really, get some information. So, I mean, 80%, 80% provide value, 10% personal, and 10% business. You don't want to go on and be like, I got this new mortgage, you want to buy it. I have this new book, you want to buy it. You really need to provide a lot of value to these people before they trust you, before they start buying from you. If you're serious about making money on Facebook, if you want to go and have 100 fans, then go ahead, go buy, or sell away. It just won't work. And I've seen it happen over and over again. These people go on here, they have a nice little fan page of 2,000 people, and it's not growing. And they ask, Austin, why is my fan page not growing? Why is it not growing? Well, it's because your last 30 posts are all about you selling something and not providing value to the people. It won't work like that. They don't really, it gets, ridiculous.
And there is so much of that out there that a lot of people are missing the boat, and that's why it's so good to have a venue like this and bring on people like you that are an expert in what you do and what you have to share and offer, because people don't know how to utilize and social media in a correct way, and consequently they end up alienating themselves instead of becoming successful. And I know I've talked to a lot of people, and they'll say, I don't understand why nothing's happening here. What you just shared with us having that party atmosphere, sharing a little bit of our personal life, having it because it is close to what we do in business makes a big difference. So thanks for sharing that.
Oh, no problem at all. I mean, you really just got to keep it like this. And you want to keep your discussion posts and your wall posts and your status updates something like this. Would you comment on that? I mean, if you would comment on it, that's probably a good thing. Or would you reply to that? And if you wouldn't, then it's probably not a good thing to put up there. Give something that these people really are going to enjoy and that they're going to like discussions. You know, like I say in the morning when my clients wake up, I say, post a controversial topic. Post something about the war in Iraq or the plane bomber. Post something that's going to be very controversial. It's going to get some flow going, right? And then in the evening or afternoon, post successful quotes or responsibility quotes or a quote to give these people something to think about while they're going to bed.
Another powerful technique, and this stretches across all social media avenues, is to pose a question. That requires a response. People are more apt to respond to a question.
You know what the best one that I've ever received from Brian Kelly is what's better, Verizon or AT&T? That was an absolutely amazing one to post.
Oh, I'll bet.
I mean, you'll get people commenting on it. It turns into an argument. That's what you want. It's lovely.
Well, since you're talking about phones, we have somebody that's asking here from a youth-oriented point of view, does Austin foresee the future in mobile technology an asset or a liability for Facebook users?
I see it as an asset. I see that as an absolute asset, and I think it's going to save us a lot of time. I already use all my status updates and everything for my clients for some of their updates. I do it all from my phone. I don't even have an iPhone, which is amazing. I'm with US Cellular. I'm not one of those AT&T or Verizon people. Yes, I can see it as a complete asset. It is happening, and you need to stick with it, and you need to stay on top of that, or else you're going to run out of the game. And that's just something that is very important. This mobile technology is going just somewhere that nobody's going to realize, and it's going to come, and it's going to come fast, and it's really close to already being here.
Let me ask you this.
I can attest, by the way, that Austin has a real crappy phone, and it's amazing he gets anything done on it at all.
It is.
I wonder.
The story behind my phone is actually we were going on a roller coaster. Me and my girlfriend at the time were going on a roller coaster, and the phone actually fell out of my pocket. I swear to God, it fell out of my pocket. And so I went to go buy a new phone, and actually I waited a few days to see maybe I get lucky. You never know. Well, all of a sudden my friend called me. He goes, "Dude, Six Flags got your phone." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "I called him. Six Flags answered." Well, my phone still works, and they sent it back, and it's not the best thing, but it gets the job done.
I love it.
And I am getting a new one. It's literally just a few days here. I'm getting the new phone, but I haven't got to it yet.
On the whole dot on the whole dot Mobi.
Are we getting a Droid, an iPhone? What do we get? Or a Google phone? What are we getting?
We're getting the HTC Touch Pro 2. I think it's absolutely for social media. I think it's better than the iPhone. I think it's better than the Droid. For social media purposes, I believe it is the best.
Well, yeah. The Droid's really mad at Google, I understand right now.
The new Google. If any of you haven't heard about this new Google technology that's coming out, the new Google phone is going to be, it's not going to be restricted to any one service. It's going to be a little more expensive. But what I understand, it's going to be absolutely amazing. I've researched a little bit into it. It's going to be the big thing. And Google does their stuff right, so.
I think we need to have Austin back on a future show just to talk about the .mobi issue, because the questions in my head just started going ballistic. Like just for an example, Austin, knowing what you know about phones and their capabilities today, our Internet Citadel webpage that we're on right now that people are watching our show from, it's not a blog, it's just a generic HTML page. Is something like that a candidate for converting to Mobi? Would it be adequate? Would a phone be able to view Ustream live, and would it even be useful to do that at this point in time, or is that something that won't work until the future?
For $6.99, it is useful in time. I mean, it costs you $7 a year, and it probably would work too, right? If the technology was there and you had the guy to do it correctly, I mean, you could probably view that video from your phone. If I can watch CNN on my piece of crap phone, or if I can watch it from an iPhone, then I'm sure that you could do it from yours. And I'm sure that they could put this on an iPhone or a US Cellular, Q.
This
or
is
whatever
exciting.
kind of phone you have. It is working, and it is here now, guys. I mean, I know people that are making a lot of money stealing these people who don't have their .mobi addresses. Like, I don't know if anybody heard about that WhiteHouse.com and what they did to that, but that guy made a lot of money off stealing that WhiteHouse.com. I'm not going to go into the story, but if you Google it, you'll see.
Very good.
You know what I'm talking about.
Well, awesome, guys. Listen, you know what? I feel like I could sit on here for another hour and just talk and ask questions, but it is already past our hour. And I don't want to keep you because of the fact that we were talking earlier and the sleep deprivation issues that we're all experiencing. But I do want to say, along with Brian and JW as well, Austin, it has been an absolute delight and pleasure, and very, very, very informative for me. And I just feel like it has been that for the others that are sharing their time with us tonight via our program. And would love to have you come back sometime. JW, thank you so much for the wonderful introduction and sharing what you've contributed here tonight to our show as well. And to my dear friend Brian, who is just struggling with a runny nose and bad cold, thank you so much for being here and sharing as well.
Oh, thank you, Kathy. And, I think this is our 11th show so far. And I mean, no disservice or disrespect to anybody in the past, but this rates up there as one of my favorite because I've been itching to learn about Facebook and how we could tap into marketing using Facebook because, again, the other three of us already know Twitter and how to utilize that and market it, and we're very proficient at it. And not to brag, it's just the truth. We're very proficient at marketing using Twitter. And to see that Facebook, there's a possibility to do something similar. Kathy and I just started, twitching. We get, we get excited about this stuff because if you can take Twitter, what we're doing already with that, and combine Facebook, what's next? We can bring in other social media avenues. The sky's the limit. And Austin, unbelievable information. It was very simple, succinct, but incredibly valuable, especially to us Facebook invalids over here. JW, myself, and Kathy. I don't want to speak for you, but we all have our struggles with Facebook. And just the few little tidbits you gave us tonight were unbelievable. Things that I never knew. I would have had to spend an insurmountable amount of time to learn that on my own or go buy info products, etc. Here, people are getting this information for absolutely free. This show is worth, I couldn't put a price tag on it because it's been very valuable to me personally, and I'm sure it has been to you, Kathy, and you, JW, as well. We're definitely going to stay hooked up, my friend. And I really appreciate you spending your time, all three of you, very much so. It was a fantastic show. If you have anything you'd like to close out with, Austin, I'd like to let you do that, and if not, we will bid everyone good night. But if you'd like to close it out, go right ahead.
Guys, I'd just like to thank everybody for letting me on the show. Kathy, absolutely thank you. Brian, thank you. JW, thank you. And we will do a lot of great things together in the next few upcoming months and in the next few upcoming weeks. I mean, I'm a guy that really likes to get things going and get it going quickly. And I have college bills to pay for next year, so let's get some really good stuff going. You know what I'm saying, guys?
I love
everybody
it.
That's viewing, I mean, if you're not on Facebook and you're interested in Facebook, I'll leave you with a closing note that it is important to get on this stuff because if you're not doing it, then somebody else is, and you're gonna lose. I mean, it's a sad fact that it's very hard to win these days without having it. I mean, just for Gary's sake, I mean, these movies like District 9 and Avatar would not be making $1 billion if it wasn't for these social media things that are happening right now. And these companies are the same way. I mean, Zappos is $1 billion shoe store. They do it all from online, and they grew everything out of social media. Yeah. These companies were some of the foremost companies that had this, and they grew crazy, right? So get on it, get it going, and if you need help, feel free to contact me. I will definitely help you with whatever I can. And Brian will help you with Twitter, and Kathy will help you with Twitter, and JL will help with Twitter. We are here to help you. And other than that, good night. That's about it. JW, you got anything else to say before we leave? I mean, everybody else got to talk with JW, so I feel a little bit bad.
Go ahead, JW.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, JW.
No, I just really appreciate you coming on board, Austin. I mean, I think you're a plethora of wonderful information and a good friend. And I bid you, all of you on the show, a wonderful and prosperous new year. I'm really excited about this new year. Like Austin said, this new economy, I'm loving it. Let's go for it.
It's amazing because I probably have one of the best quarters that I've ever had in this great new economy.
Yeah.
I mean, they say it's so terrible, but it's just one more closing thought. Some of the terrible things that this marketing, these social media, and all the CNN, all stuff does. It's really sad to think that in Chicago there were 600 homicides this year of U.S. citizens, and in Iraq there was 300. I mean, that's just a little food for thought to think about, guys. And it's really all about how you view it. turn the negative stuff off, turn
Yes.
the TV off, and get working on what you got to get working on, and stay positive, everyone.
You have wisdom
Right on.
beyond your years, Austin. Wisdom beyond your years. Very, very, very happy to
Yes,
get to
he
know you.
does.
All right, with that, I think we
All
will
right,
close off the show. I want to wish everybody a happy new year, a wonderful new, not just year, but decade that's coming up in front of us, and a prosperous one. I wish all of you a blessed evening, and we will see you again next week. All right, bye-bye now.
Go on social media.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.
Bye.